So Pega, we can say Pega or PRPC. PRPC means Pega Rules Process Commander here. PRPC stands for Pega Rules Process Commander. So Pega is a BPM tool. So it's not a programming language or it's not a technology. We can call it as a tool here. Pega is a tool which is built on Java here, which was built on Java. But you don't need to learn the Java to learn the Pega tool. So we do everything in an automated way in Pega, but internally Java programming language will be executed here. So this tool built on the Java here. Okay. So it's a BPM tool. Pega is one of the BPM tool. Pega is a BPM tool here. So BPM stands for Business Process Management. BPM stands for Business Process Management. First, we try to understand what is BPM. Then we will talk about the Pega. So why Pega is unique and why Pega has so much demand, and we will discuss about all these things once we talk about the BPM here. So BPM stands for the Business Process Management. So usually when we are trying to develop any application, so we have different types of applications available in the real world. We have standalone applications, we have web applications, and we have enterprise applications available. So we are going to build the web applications by using the business process management. The applications which defines certain business process which has to be performed for every request which we do in the application over here. So where we have the multiple approvals required, where we have the multiple departments will get involved in the business process over here, where we are going to interact with the different actors and different departments. So that kind of applications we are build the going to build by using the BPM tools here. So for BPM tools, it follows certain process. As part of the process, so we have to do certain things. For example, let me take an example here. So as a customer, when we apply for any personal loan, okay, for you go to any bank and if you want to apply for any personal loan, when you ask an associate or any supervisor who is sitting in front of you in the desk, so when you ask what is the process to apply any loan here? So, for example, I want to apply for a personal loan here. So I went to the bank and I'm asking questions over there. Then the other person will start explaining the process here. So first we need to give our details here, personal details and the documents. Documents means the government ID proofs documents. So once they collect these details from the customer, then what is the next step in the applying the loan? So does anybody aware of this process?
Yeah, they will key in the data in their system.
Okay.
And then the manager will approve when once all the details are right.
Okay. So directly they will not approve the loan here. So they will do certain verification before approving the request here. So why do they need to do this verification here? So they need to, as part of the process, you need to submit your documents related to your personal documents, or if you are working as an employee in any organization, you need to submit the pay slips or bank statements. So because uh, they they need to verify whether this person is earning any money or not. Based on your source of income only, based on your monthly income, they will give you the loan here. So they need to decide how much loan they need to give, how much you are eligible for a certain amount, right? So that they need to figure it out based on your source of income and how the amount, amount that you are earning in a month or in a year here. Also, the rate of interest based on your organization, the rate of interest also will be decided here. So based on all these business attributes, they will decide whether they can give a loan to a customer or not. If they can give a loan, then how much rate of interest and what is the loan amount. All these things will be decided here. So these things will come into the picture only when the verification is done here. So when the verification is done, then if everything goes well, they will decide to give a loan to you. Then they will request manager for approval here. So this is the normal process which they will do for every loan request here. Okay, maybe if the loan type is the home loan or any other loan, maybe the slight difference will be there in the process, but the normal process is like this only here. So the standard process will be defined as part of this transaction. That is what we are going to do by using the BPM tools here. So business process management means defining our entire business, doing the automation in the defining our entire business, where we have the certain business process available in our application, which need to be followed for every request which is coming to our application here. So those kind of applications are being called as the business process applications. That applications we are going to build by using the BPM tools here. But nowadays, by using the BPM tools, they are building all types of web applications here, not only the business process applications, they are building even the simple web application also here, because it has a lot of advantages available. So only the organizations are attracting to it. So we have the BPM definition over here. So BPM nothing but business process management, where the business is certain standard business process is defined for every request which is coming to the application. So that request that business process we are going to automate in the our BPM tools over here. So they have certain BPM has advantages over here. So it has many advantages, BPM. So we have other BPM tools also available in the market. So when you compare with other BPM tools, the Pega has more advantages here. So first we will discuss about the BPM advantages, then we talk about the Pega advantages over here. So Pega BPM here. So in any BPM tool, usually, okay, before that we talk about the SDLC process. So does anybody aware of the what is the SDLC process here? Hmm?
Software development lifecycle where we plan, design, analyze, then
Yeah,
yeah.
we have phases available. In each phases, different people will get involved and they will do their amount of work here. So we have requirement gathering, analysis, design, development, testing, deployment. So we have different phases available. So in each phase, the different people will get involved here. So in the SDLC, the first page is nothing but the requirement gathering here. So in the requirement gathering, the business analyst and business stakeholders will get involved. They will interact with the client to gather the requirement from the client here. So in BPM tools, we can gather the requirements over here. So that means the business analyst also can use the tool to gather and to maintain the requirements or specifications in the tool itself here. Okay, so that usually we maybe the business analyst or other people who gather the requirements, they will gather the requirements and they will put it in a Excels or Word documents, or they will use the third-party tools to track all these requirements here. Okay, but Pega BPM tools has the uh, advantage where they can maintain the requirements also in the tool itself here. So also they automatically the documentation will be created for every requirement you do in the application over here. So you don't have to do the documentation from the scratch here. So Pega BPM tools creates the documentation automatically in the application here. Another thing, the system generates the finished application here. So finished application means the skeleton will be created by the tool itself here. That means the basic rules which are required for any application. So those rules will be automatically generated by using the BPM tools over here. So we have so many advantages here. So these are the some of the BPM advantages. Also, we have the SDLC process also. Even it supports the agile process. In the SDLC process also, we can even write the test cases. We can gather the requirements. We can design the requirements here, and we can do the auto development as well in the tools over here. Okay. So that is nothing but the Pega BPM. And the next one is the BRE. So we have the rules engine. So we in Java we have a Java rules engine JRE available. Same way we have the BRE available rules engine. So it defines the syntax for our rules which we create in the application here in the tool, in the Pega tool. So to create any rule, so to write any code in the sense not lines of programming here. The rules are nothing but code in the tool. So when you are creating any rule in the tool, so we have to follow certain syntax depends on the rule type that we are going to create in the tool here. So that syntax will be defined by the BRE here. BRE stands for Business Rules Engine. Business Rules Engine here. So BRE basically defines the syntax here. So how the rules to be created in the tool here. So the PRPC is nothing but Pega Rules Process Commander, where our request or our applications follow the BPM and BRE both. They call it as a Pega Rules Process Commander over here. So that is about the what is Pega. So do you guys have any questions in this slide? Else I'll move to the next slide. So why Pega? So here the next slide says that why Pega? Because Pega has many advantages, and I have listed out some of the advantages over here. Why Pega? So I'll start with the first one. So it will bring the products into the market faster. So how it brings the market products into the market faster means by using the Pega, we can build the three layers here. So in order to build a complete application, we need to build the three layers over here. One is the UI layer, other one is the business logic, then the database layer here. So we have three layers for every application. Take any application, we will have three layers here. One is the UI layer. So what is an UI layer? What do we have inside the UI layer?
This front end screen, that's what I think.
Yeah. So we have the screens in the UI layer. So take any application, the customers or users will interact with the application by using the GUIs only, graphical user interfaces here. So in UI layer, we have to build the screens here, the user interfaces rules. So in Pega, all UI part can be designed by using the drag and drop option only. So you don't have to build from the scratch. So if you take any other programming languages to build the UI layer, we have to use some web technologies like HTML, CSS, or any scripting languages we have to use. So in Pega, you don't have to learn all these technologies in order to build any screen here. So you just need to drag and drop, and internally the HTML and CSS code will be executed over here. So if you know how to drag and drop, and if you know a certain process to be included all the UI controls, then it is very easy to build the UI here in Pega. Okay. So HTML plus CSS required to build the UI here in user interface screens. So in Pega, we will build the UI very easily. So by drag and drop all the controls, all the different layouts in the Pega over here. Okay. So then business logic here. So you take any application. So in the UI, when they click on any button or when they click on any option, internally some logic will get executed. That logic is nothing but the business logic here. So some code will get executed when you do any operation in the UI. Either if you take IRCTC as an example, when you search for any train, so internally logic will get executed. It will interact with the database and get the list of trains based on your searching parameters here. So that logic is nothing but the business logic here. So in Pega, we have a few rules where we can define the business logic. For that, you don't have to build the code from the scratch. Pega has already provided a lot of methods for it. You just need to reuse those methods to implement that business logic here. So by using the Pega, we can easily build the business logic here. Generally, we need to use any one programming language to build the business logic here. Maybe Java or .NET, Python, we have to use these programming languages to build the business logic in other programming languages here. But Pega has a certain process where we can easily build the business logic as well by using the predefined methods, predefined process we have. So if you understand how the predefined process works, then you can easily build the business logic in Pega here. Okay, and database layer. So usually we need to learn any one structured query language, any SQL language here to interact with the DB, to connect with the DB in order to save any data or to fetch any data from the DB here. So we have SQL to uh, connect with the database here. But in Pega, you don't have to learn any SQL to create any table to insert the records into the table here. So Pega has the data type concept where we can create the tables in a simple way here. So when you if you learn a Pega, so you will be a full stack developer because you are going to work on the three layers here: UI layer, a business logic layer, and a database layer also. And by using the Pega tool, we can easily connect with even the external database as well. Not only the internal database, even we can connect with the external database as well here. So by using Pega, we can build all these three layers. You don't need to learn any other language or any other tool in order to learn this tool, in order to work on this Pega tool here. Okay. So do you guys have any questions? So as I said, we have certain predefined rules and automatic uh, process available in the Pega tool. That's the reason we are able to deliver the products into the market faster here. So that is the point here. Next, it follows the agile methodology. So methodology is nothing but the process that we follow in order to develop any software product here. So we have different methodologies available. We have agile, waterfall methodologies available. But in the market right now, the most of the projects are following the agile methodology here. So agile methodology is nothing but where we divide the time frame into a sprint. Like for every 2 weeks, we call it as a sprint, where we develop the applications here. Uh, Usually, we will get the user stories. So those user stories we will build in the span of 2 weeks here. Okay, once the sprint completed, again the another sprint will start, where again we will work on the user stories in the another sprint here. So Pega follows the agile methodology here. Okay. Then it can easily interact with all types of applications. So in real time, so in most of the times, we will have to interact with the external applications in order to receive the data or to send the data. Sometimes we will send a request, sometimes we will receive the response as well here. So integrating with the external applications is very easy in Pega. We have the wizards available. So wizard means the sequence of steps will be there. So when you follow that wizard, and Pega will create the all the rules automatically, integration rules, in order to connect with the external application here. So Pega can easily integrate with the all types of applications. Okay, whether it's a SAP application or Java application, .NET application, easy anything. So it can easily integrate with all types of applications here. And Pega supports the responsive UI. So because customers may use the applications maybe from the different devices, maybe they log in from the laptop or desktop or tablet or mobile also. So responsive UI is basically it adjusts the screen based on the device or the format that you are using here. So Pega supports the responsive UI here. So automatically the screen adjusted here based on the resolution where we logged into. Okay, and the very important thing is there is no coding at all. You don't have to write a single line of code to develop the entire application here, end-to-end application. So with respect to all the three layers, in any layer, you don't have to write a single line of code here. whether it can be a UI layer or business logic or database layer. You don't have to write a single line of code to implement any requirement or any application here. So also we have the inbuilt debugging tools available. So debugging tools are very useful when you want to trace, when you want to see the step-by-step execution, how the rules are getting executed in the backend. So if you want to see the step-by-step execution, or when you get any issue, you need to trace that issue. So why the issue is occurring here? So how the execution is happening? So that you can see by using the debugging tools here. So Pega has its own debugging tools. You don't have to depend or use the any third-party debugging tool to debug your application here. We have Tracer, Clipboard, Live UI, three tools available, and using that we can debug our application here itself. So and we have the framework applications available. So framework applications are nothing but the reusable code will be there. So Pega Systems has provided the framework applications for every domain which we have in the market right now. For banking domain, healthcare, telecom, insurance, for all the domains, Pega has the framework applications available. So what is a framework application? Framework application is nothing but the application which has the reusable code. For example, I have an organization available. I want to build one banking application for my organization because I have a bank. So when I want to build a bank application for my customer, I will consult an IT firm to build the banking application here. So if you when you go to the Pega systems with the idea of creating a banking applications, so they have already the banking frameworks available where they have already created this so much of code which is useful for every banking application. See, take any bank. In the bank, usually if you log in into the net banking application, what we do the transaction in the bank. We can see our card related information, whether it can be a debit card or a credit card. We can see the loan information as well, or we can transfer the amount by using the NEFT or IMPS. See, ultimately the process that we do in every banking is same here. Maybe the screens will be different, maybe the slight change in the business, but most of the process is common for every bank here. Okay, if you want to transfer any amount, you have to provide the beneficiary account number is details you need to provide over there. So that is common in every bank. Okay, so whatever the common code, which is common code, which will be used in every banking application, so that code they have already developed and maintained it in a framework, one framework application. So if you purchase the framework application from the Pega system, you can reuse that entire code in your application. So because of that, lot of time will be saved because they have already built the all the reusable code which is useful for any banking application here. So you can just build the remaining code, or you can modify the existing code also from the framework application over here. Or if you are going to build any hospital, then if you definitely we need an application for the hospital here. So if you go to the Pega system, they have the this framework application available for hospital projects as well, for customer service representative as well. For all types of domains, Pega has the framework applications available. If you purchase that framework application, then you can simply reuse that code and it will save the lot of time and the human effort as well here. And the rule delegation also possible. So delegation is nothing but so we have to make available all the not all the rules where we define the our business. Basically, the decision logic will be there, or the business, the main key business will be there. So sometimes the business users they themselves they directly want to update the business. Okay, so in that case, they can directly get into the application in their own portal, and they can change the business rules from them by themselves over there. That means we need to delegate the rules to make it available for them in their own portal. So when they log in into the application, they will see the different options over there. So where they can see the delegated rules as well. When you delegate any rule in Pega, that will be available for the business user, and if they want to update it, they can update it from their portal itself. They don't need to get into the developer studio and modify from there. They can directly update the business logic from their portal itself. But for that, we need to delegate a rule. So that is possible in Pega. So we can delegate the rules in Pega so that those rules will be available for the business users. They can directly update the logic by logging into that portal. Okay. And reports. So for to generate the reports, we have the many tools available, many third-party tools. So but Pega supports Pega provides the reporting feature here. So by using the report definition rule, we can generate the reports by our own here. So you don't have to depend on any third-party tool to generate the reports. Pega generates the reports here. So these are the some of the advantages we have for Pega. So many advantages are there. These are the some of the important advantages we have. So anybody has any questions on that? So we have Pega 6Rs available. So 6Rs are nothing but in software development life cycle, we have different phases available, right? So requirement gathering is the first one. And what is the next one?
Analysis,
Analysis, then design,
coding,
development, testing. What is the final one?
deployment.
So these are the different phases we have in the SDLC process, the software development life cycle. So in the requirement gathering, we will gather the requirement from the client. So the business analyst and the business stakeholders will involve here. They will gather the requirements and they will share it to the technical department, like the architects or the very senior developers will be there. So they will share with them. So they will do some analysis. So whether it's a possible or not. So after the analysis, they will again, if something is not possible, again they will go back to the client and they will convince them this is not possible. So same thing we can do in it in a different way, so that we will convince them. So once the analysis completed, then the design will start. Okay, the design will start. So in the design, we will design the entire application and we will discuss about the resources and the languages and which we use to develop the application here. Then in the development, the developers will get involved and they will start implementing the application in the programming language that they want to use here. So then once we complete the development, we will move the code to the QA, quality assurance. There the testers will involve and they will test the application, the code that we move to the test region here. Okay. So once the testing is completed, they will push the code to the live here. That means the production, they will move the code. So deployment will happen here. So these are the phases we have, and in each phase, maybe the different people or the developers will involve here, and we will do such things over here. Same thing in Pega, we have 6Rs available here. So, but they named it differently here, but the process that follow here is same as the SDLC process only here. So in receive, they will receive the requirement, then they will route it to the different departments to do this proper analysis and design here. Once they complete the design, they need to give the report on it, whether this is possible or not possible. If it is possible, how many days or how many developers are required, everything. So after that, they will again, if the client says that this is what I want, then again we will do the research on it. Once the research completed, then we will respond back. I mean, we will start the development in the response. Then we will finally, once the application development completed, we will resolve it here. So the same process which we do in the SDLC here, same can be done here in the Pega's 6Rs as well. So the name starts with R, so they named it as a 6Rs here. But this is the same process what we do in the SDLC here. Okay. So Pega usage, so in the market, Pega is currently being used in every sector, in every domain here. So in the government, banking, insurance, in all the domains, Pega applications are using. So top banks are also using World Bank, Commonwealth Bank of Australia, Standard Chartered, okay, Bank of America. So all top banks are using the Pega application, Pega to build their applications here to provide the services to the customers. Okay, so it's being currently used in all the domains, Pega, in order to provide the services, in order to build their applications here. So, and we have the Pega versions available. So Pega started with the version 3. So till the Pega 7 version, they were using the Java code in Pega 3, 4, 5, 6 versions. From the Pega 7 and one version and onwards, we stopped using the Java code in Pega tool here. So we completely automated it. So when you want to develop anything, you have to follow the Pega process only. So we should not use the Java code in the Pega tool here. So because at the end of the development, some maybe the lead they need to do the code review. So in the code review, as part of the code review, they will check whether you are using any custom Java code or not. If they use any custom Java code, and they will ask you to go back and code it again without using the Java code here. So from Pega 7 onwards, we are not using the Java code in Pega tool here. So right now Pega 8.7 is in the market, 8.7. So there is no coding at all in the Pega 7 and 8 versions. Yeah. And we have when you install the Pega software, so automatically the Pega install the Pega software and JDK, that means Java Development Kit. So Pega install the Java software as well, because the tool itself built on the Java. So in order to run the tool, definitely we need to install the Java, but you don't have to install anything. Pega itself install all these softwares here. So when you start installing the Pega software, Pega install the JDK, Java Development Kit. Then it will install one database, the PG admin for here. Then it will install one server as well. So to run any application, we need the database and server here. So all this will be installed automatically when you install the Pega software here. Okay. So you don't need to install externally these softwares here. So when you click on the next, when you start initializing the Pega itself install all these 3 other softwares as well. JDK, DB database, PG admin here, Apache Tomcat server. So all this will be installed automatically Pega itself here. So in order to install the Pega tool, Pega tool in our personal laptops, so we have to download the Pega software from the Pega community. So from there, the latest version of the Pega software will be downloaded from there. Okay. So to install the Pega software in the PC, we need to have minimum 8 GB RAM here. Okay, even if you have 4 GB or 6 GB, the software will get installed, but your system will be very slow to do anything when you install the Pega software. So that is the reason you must have 8 GB RAM here and 20 GB hard disk space available. Okay, so you need to maintain the minimum 20 to 30 GB hard disk space, because when we install the Pega software, Pega install lot of predefined rules, predefined tables, predefined classes in our PC here. So that is the reason it needs that memory. Okay, so in the hard disk we need to have minimum 20 to 30 GB space, and RAM 8 GB RAM definitely required here. So you can install the Pega software on the Windows and Mac OS as well. Okay, so that is the software specifications. Next, these are the some of the Pega customers which we have in the market right now. So this pic is 2 years back pic. Okay, so we have the these are the customers that they are using the Pega software right now in the market. So these are the other Pega BPM tools we have in the market: Lombardy, Oracle BPM, Savian, Appian, JPVM. So I don't know much about these BPM tools, but for example, if you take the Appian, there we need to write the code as well in some places. So when you compare the Pega with the other BPM tools, the Pega has the more advantages, right? So that is the reason it has the demand in the market. Pega has a demand when you compare with the other BPM tools. So and Pega is a licensed product, right? So that is the reason we have to do the certifications in Pega. So for example, if you want to work as a junior developer, you must complete the CSA certification, Pega Certified System Architect. That means if you complete this certification, then you are eligible to be a Pega junior developer here. And if you have more than 3 years experience, then definitely you need to do the CSSA certification as well. That means Certified Senior System Architect, CSSA. Okay. And if you have more than 9 years or 10 years experience, then you need to do the LSA certification, Lead System Architect certification. So these certifications, so when you are searching for any job, so recruiters or HRs definitely they will ask you the certification details. Based on your certification details only, they will schedule the interviews and other meetings over there. So we must take the certification exam here. We need to complete the certification.
Kumar, like one question.
Yeah.
If you say the experience, right? It's in Pega experience or overall IT experience?
Pega experience here.
Okay.
Because for example, a person might have the 15 years overall experience, then immediately he cannot do the lead system architect certification.
Right.
Because maybe recently only he switched to Pega. Maybe the organization itself giving the training on Pega here to the employees. So
Right.
he cannot do the lead system architect certification itself in the beginning, because he need to have the proper knowledge to take the certification first. So to complete the certification, first you need to complete the certification. So without completing these two certifications, he cannot take the certification.
Okay.
So certifications are mandatory. So even if you want, you can upload a simple sample Pega resume. First thing that they will ask you the certification, because it is a licensed product. It is not a open source where everyone can learn and directly get into the organization here. Definitely you need to do the certification. So certification assistance also provided here. So that is about the Pega. So a little demo. So do you guys have any questions on Pega? You can ask any questions on the training or any in real time process questions. How the
I have
development.
training questions.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to talk, they can go ahead. I mean, I am into mainframes for almost 10 years. But I want to come out of mainframes. That's the reason I'm planning to learn Pega. So I'm not sure whether it's a right choice or not, because I don't know anything on Java, anything apart from mainframes.
Absolutely, it's the right choice because so even the people from my organization as well. So we have the core mainframe system available for usual. I am working for a healthcare domain. So there they are using the mainframe in the huge amount of size. So most of the mainframe people are they got the training and they switched to Pega as well. So many people are converting here. So that's the right choice only. So there is no point of it's not the right choice.
But even though I have 10 years of experience, but once I complete this course and I get certified CSA, it will be a baby step for me, right? I mean, I won't get the same salary what I'm getting right now, right? Because I will be treated as a junior software engineer, right?
But for your experience, they will not recruit you only for the junior developer. Definitely, they will give you lead position. So you will have to lead a team. But as part of that, you definitely need to know the Pega, right? To even to explain any doubts to the juniors and all. So they will validate these certifications as well. So it's not a problem. Many people are doing that. Even managers are joining, just learning the Pega, and they are leading a team basically.
Thank you. Sorry, like if nobody have any question, I have another two more questions.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, like what is the timing of this course and how long this course goes?
I think Anusha is 30 hours, right, Anusha? Anusha, are you there?
Hello.
Yeah, Anusha.
Yeah, Pandian, I will let you know all the details after the class regarding the timings and the duration. If you have any queries regarding the training, you can share with the Kumar. He will clarify.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Anusha.
Hi Kumar, this is Mosh. I have a question.
Yeah.
So if I get the CSS certification, how long it last?
It will last permanently. See, people did the certification even 15 years back itself. So it still shows under your name in the PD and Pega community.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. But it shows the version on which version you have taken the certification. For example, I have taken the Pega certification on the 7.1 here, CSA certification. Okay, CSA, Certified System Architect on 7.1 in 2014. Okay, but it shows the version and the year also. When did you complete the certification here? That doesn't have any issues with the certification because uh, even it shows that you have the lot of experience in Pega. If you the certification while getting older, it says that you have that many years of experience in Pega.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Kumar, with how many projects we get hands-on experience here in this training?
I think one only, because in classes where, for example, if I start explaining about any topic, I will take one example and scenario and I will explain that. But that particular rule or topic again will be covered in as part of the application development in the final. But I think we can cover only one application here as part of the training.
So how often the versions are released? Like, is there any time frame? Like after 1 year, a new version will be released, or there is no time frame?
The minor version will be released even for a quarter as well. If you see 8.1 released in November 2018, okay, then 8.2 you can see in March 2019 here. So the minor version will not be a problem because when they release the minor version, there will not be much features added into the version here. Only when they release the major version, for example, if they release the 9 version here, Pega 9, then you can see the lot of drastic changes over there. But if then they release the minor version, there won't be much differences between the version to version here. So for major version, definitely it will take years. For example, if you see 7, they introduced it in the 2014. Then you see 2018, they introduced the major version here.
Okay.
Minor
Thank
versions and patch versions will be released. Patch versions will be released every month, but minor versions will be released quarterly once or half yearly once, like that.
Okay. Is there any production like sandbox production, something like that here?
In the training?
No, I'm just generally asking, like how to
It
move
is
from one.
available. We have that. We have the product rule available. Using that, we can using the product rule, we can create a GIF file. So using that, we